Welcome back. And now the latest is that the Unnao case is presently being heard in the Supreme Court. It has resumed in the Apex Court. Yesterday, the CJI taking some very big decisions, deciding on the compensation and ordering 25 lakh rupees compensation to the victim's family and 20 lakhs as compensation to her lawyer who are battling for their lives. In fact, the court also setting a 45-day deadline for the trial in all the three cases related to the Unnao rape. Now what we're hearing is that the Supreme Court is very shortly going to decide on whether the rape survivor, who still presently is in a very critical condition, will be shifted to Delhi or not. Munish is joining us now. Munish, you gave us an update on the CBI investigations. The hearing has resumed in the Supreme Court. What's the latest? What are you hearing from inside the court?
Yeah, well, the hearing has started, and as of now, the family of the lawyer who met with the accident in the on the same day, he was in the same car. Now their family has agreed that the injured lawyer should be shifted to AIIMs. Now court is hearing this matter. The family will also, the family of rape survivor has also, have to tell the court whether they want the treatment should to be shifted in Delhi or not. So hearing is going on as of now. The Central Bureau of Investigation has 14 days to complete the investigation. As far as the investigation is concerned, it is at the very primary stage, but CBI believes that they are going to make a breakthrough in this case. They are working on two theories. One is that whether it's a case of accident or whether there was a conspiracy behind the accident, which is very important. And that is why they are taking custody of the truck driver and the cleaner, and they will be asking for the custodial interrogation. Both have been produced before the Lucknow Special Court, but as of now, Supreme Court is hearing this matter, and the family has to tell whether they want the treatment of rape survivor.
And on that, there has been concerns raised by the mother of the rape victim, whose condition is very critical. The Supreme Court had yesterday said that the family's opinion will be considered, and the victim's mother has already informed India Today that she isn't really willing that her daughter be shifted to any other place. In fact, she wants her to remain in the KGMU hospital, where presently she's being treated in Lucknow.
दवा सही चल रही है, जब सही है तो हम बाहर ले जाए, वहाँ नहीं करेंगे, दिल्ली नहीं ले जाएंगे, यहीं की दवा चलेगी.
Manish, and that's the concern, the apprehension that has been raised by the family members. So obviously the Supreme Court will also have to take in their opinion because the victim's condition is still critical and her parameters aren't yet stable. The doctors trying their best to ensure that she's put off the ventilator. Who is representing the family in the court? And just tell us a little bit about these apprehensions and concerns being raised by the family of the victim.
Yeah, well, Avantika, as we speak, the family has informed the Supreme Court that as of now they want the treatment to be continued in Lucknow because they say that the condition is not very well, but they believe that the rape survivor should be treated in Lucknow as of now. They have also told that in future, if there is any medical crisis or medical emergency, they will mention the matter before the Supreme Court, and then they will ask the Supreme Court to shift the entire treatment to Delhi. So this is a very crucial development as far as the rape survivor is concerned. Remember, her condition is still critical. Yesterday, she was on ventilator. Now the doctors are saying that they are trying to do their best, but she still remains to be critical. But the family has informed court that till now they are satisfied with the treatment which she is getting in Lucknow. And in future, if they want, they will mention this before the Supreme Court.
Okay, we have also another update that has come in. Now, that was another plea that was made by the family members to release the victim's uncle, who's also in jail. Now, what we have heard is that the Supreme Court has ordered that the victim's uncle be immediately shifted to Tihar jail in Delhi. So that has already been decided. That decision on their uncle has been decided, that he's going to be now shifted from Uttar Pradesh to the jail, to the Tihar jail in Delhi. That's an update that we have just gotten. The state of Uttar Pradesh also informing the Supreme Court that they have handed over the check to the mother. This is only after the intervention of the Supreme Court, which ordered 25 lakh compensation to the family members of the rape victim. Munish, so all these updates coming in from the Supreme Court. Any word on the lawyer? Has the Supreme Court also mentioned about the lawyer who's also presently receiving treatment at the same hospital. Will the lawyer also be shifted to the national capital?
Yeah, well, the family of the lawyer has already informed the Supreme Court that they want his treatment to be shifted to Delhi, and his treatment will now continue in AIIMs. So this is another point. And as far as the uncle Mahesh is concerned, remember the family has been alleging that there was a conspiracy behind the accident by former BJP MLA Kuldeep Singh Sengar, and that is why they believe that their uncle is not safe in Lucknow. So they want him to shift it to Tihar jail, and the Supreme Court will, in its final order, tell that what exactly has to be done as far as the family concerned has been mentioned.
Manish, how many cases related to the Unnao rape survivor is now being investigated by the CBI? Because they too have now a deadline. They'll have to set a trial within 45 days in all of those cases.
Yeah, well, in total there are 4 cases if we include the accident case. But as far as the rape case is concerned, remember there are 3 cases. One is Arms Act case, one is the murder of rape survivor's father, and the third one is the rape case, which is against Kuldeep Singh Sengar. So total there are 3 cases. This accident case is 4 cases. 4th case, and the Supreme Court has directed the Central Bureau of Investigation to complete the investigation in accident case within 14 days, and the trial should finish within 45 days in other 3 cases. So this is going to be a very tedious task for the Central Bureau of Investigation, because remember, this accident case is not very simple as far as CBI sources are concerned. They are saying that they have to go through a lot of call data records, they have to gather evidence, and then only they can submit their final report before the Supreme Court. So they are working overtime, 18 officials are working, 6 teams have been formed by the Central Bureau of Investigation, but finally we have to wait till the end of 14 days from now, and then only we can say that what exactly was the conclusion of Central Bureau of Investigation.
All right, just stay on with me, Munish, because this case is presently now being heard in the Supreme Court. Akash Kuluru is also joining us from Lucknow. Akash, we were just talking a short while ago about the concerns that have been raised by the family members. They aren't too keen for the victim to be shifted out of the Lucknow hospital, out of the hospital where she's being treated in Lucknow, to Delhi. What have you gathered from the family members? Do they share the same sentiment? Are they satisfied with the treatment that is being given to the patient?
Well, Avantika, from what we are getting to know at this point of time, the family is not very keen on shifting the patient to Delhi. They are pretty much satisfied with the treatment that they're getting in Lucknow from what we are getting to know. But having said that, they still could take the call of shifting her to Delhi. We still don't have a confirmation from the family. We're still trying to get in touch with the family and ask them as to what the final call would be. But having said that, where the investigation is still on and the CBI has expedited the investigation, considering the fact that the Supreme Court has set a deadline for the CBI to conclude this investigation into the car crash for 14 days. And we are getting to know that another CBI team will be revisiting the crime spot today, the accident spot today, and investigating and reconstructing the sequence of events altogether once again.
All right. Thank you so much, Akash and Munish, for getting us the latest updates. And presently, the case is being heard in the Supreme Court. In some other news,